We meet again, my most talented learners, to discuss a topic that is absolutely vital for everyone navigating the intermediate level. What is your goal in learning English? Many people wander through the forest of vocabulary and grammar without a compass. But today, we will learn how to set a course that leads directly to success. The power of the concrete goal. The rain drummed softly against the windows of the Global Bean, a small cafe where two friends, Maya and Tom, were sitting with their laptops. Maya was staring intensely at a list of phrasal verbs, while Tom was aimlessly scrolling through an English news site. Maya sighed, closing her notebook. Tom, I feel like I'm running in place. I study every day, but I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. My English feels blurry. Tom looked up, surprised. But Maya, you're so disciplined. You study for an hour every night. What's the problem? The problem is, Maya said, leaning forward, is that I don't know what I'm studying for. When people ask why I want to learn English, I just say, because it's useful. But that isn't a goal. It's just a wish. Tom nodded slowly. I think I have the same problem. I want to speak better, but I don't know what better actually looks like. At that moment, an older man sitting at the next table turned around. He had a kind smile and a laptop covered in stickers from different countries. "Excuse me for interrupting," he said with a slight accent. "I couldn't help but overhear. I'm a language coach, and I've seen this 1,000 times. You are both stuck because your goals are ghosts. You can't catch a ghost." Maya looked interested. What do you mean by ghosts? A goal like, I want to know English is a ghost, the man explained. It has no shape. To succeed, your goal must be concrete. It must be something you can touch, see, or achieve in the real world. For example, are you trying to enroll in a university to become a translator? Are you planning to move to another country? Or perhaps you want to get a prestigious job in an international company. Actually, Maya's eyes lit up. I've always dreamed of working for a global marketing agency in London. There it is, the man exclaimed. That is not a wish, that is a destination. Now, everything you study must serve that specific dream. If you want that job, you don't just need English, you need business vocabulary, interview skills, and the ability to write professional emails. The coach, whose name was Mr. Harris, pulled out a chair and sat with them. Now, a concrete goal is the first step, but it's still not enough. A goal without a deadline is just a dream that stays in the future. I hate deadlines, Tom admitted. They make me nervous. Deadlines are your friends, Tom, Mr. Harris laughed. They create a healthy pressure. Instead of saying, I will learn more words, try saying, within 1 month, I will learn an additional 300 words related to my field. Or, in 3 months, I will be able to give a 10-minute presentation without reading from my notes. Tom thought for a second. So, if I want to move to Canada next year, I should set a goal to pass my English exam by December? Exactly! You divide the big mountain into small hills. Each hill has a date. When you reach that date and see your progress, your motivation explodes. You are no longer a struggling student, you are a learner on a mission. But, Mr. Harris, Maya asked, shouldn't I aim for perfection? I want to speak exactly like a native speaker. I want people to think I was born in Manchester. Mr. Harris shook his head gently. This is where many learners lose their way. Perfection is often the enemy of progress. To make your goal achievable, it must be realistic. He leaned in closer. Aiming to speak a foreign language exactly like a native is a very high mountain that takes decades to climb, and sometimes it's not even necessary. However, aiming to have a native-like pronunciation or clear, fluent communication with minimal errors is much more real. You want to be understood, you want to be professional, and you want to be yourself, just in a different language. That feels much more encouraging, Maya said, writing Marketing Job in London, September 2027 at the top of her page. I don't need to be a different person, I just need to be a better equipped version of Maya. Throughout the rest of the afternoon, the atmosphere at the table changed. The blurry feeling vanished. Tom decided his goal was to move to Vancouver. His first deadline, to finish an intermediate listening course by the end of the month so he could understand Canadian news. Maya decided her lesson for the next week would focus entirely on the language of persuasion to help with her future marketing career. They realized that the English language was no longer a scary, endless ocean. It was now a series of islands, and they had a boat, a map, and a clock. You see, Mr. Harris said as he stood up to leave, when you know exactly where you are going, the road feels shorter. Don't just study for the sake of studying. Study for the sake of the life you want to build. As Maya and Tom left the cafe, the rain had stopped. The air was fresh, and for the first time, their bags full of books didn't feel heavy. They had a plan. Maya turned to Tom. So, 300 words by next month? Tom grinned. 300 words, and by Friday I'm booking my exam date. No more ghosts. They walked away, two learners who finally understood that the secret to mastery isn't just about how much you study, but about how clearly you see the finish line. I hope you enjoyed today's story, my brilliant learners, and that you have taken another step, perhaps a small one, but a very important one, toward mastering the English language. Remember, a clear goal is like a light in the dark. It shows you exactly where to put your feet. I encourage you to listen to this lesson again, because repetition is the bridge that helps you cross from understanding to truly knowing the material. Define your goal, set your date, and stay real. I will see you in our next session.